Hi, my name is Benjamin Katz, and welcome back to the 48 Cent Ice Cream Review, where today I'm at Mom and Pop's in Mankato, Minnesota, trying the two flavors Mango Peach and Blueberry. Now, both these flavors are dairy-free and gluten-free, because all of the other flavors offered at the shop were made by another manufacturer. But all the dairy-free and gluten-free options are made in-house. They're mainly fruit-based flavors, so I decided to go for a Mango Peach and Blueberry today. Let's get started with Mango Peach. There's a curious texture about this. It's almost like a sorbet custard combination, where it has this smooth creaminess, probably from the mango, with a couple of larger errant ice chunks that I'm guessing come from the fact that we're using very high water content fruits that make it hard to fully extract all the water during the freezing process. The flavor is smooth and lovely. It has this nice, pale yellow color. Clearly, they're taking the actual colors from the fruits that they're putting in. In terms of the peach flavor, I'm not getting as much of it, right? The mango is, of course, the more dominant flavor. And it feels like there is peach in the back palate, but it's using sparingly just to complement the mango flavor. It's actually reminding me of an old Trader Joe's fruit juice my family used to buy called Orange Peach Mango. I mean, clearly it has two of the ingredients already, peaches and mango. But it is nice to have a bit of a nostalgic kickback. Again, it's not the most complicated flavor, and it's not the most interesting flavor. It's a simple fruit sorbet. But for what it's worth, it's providing exactly what it's saying that it is, right? It's not overt advertising. It's not claiming to be more. It's a dairy-free, gluten-free, delicious frozen treat. I don't know how much I would call it an ice cream, but I would call it good. Let's try the blueberry next. I have some higher hopes for blueberry, but we'll see if those are warranted. At times like this, I wish I had tasted more non-dairy milks in my past, because there is a flavor to this that I cannot pin down. It's not blueberry. I think it's either almond milk or soy milk. But whatever it is, it's providing this weird sort of tongue coating. And it's not a gritty ice cream, but it's almost like I've drank a heavy tannin red wine, and there's this sort of scratchiness on my tongue. The blueberry is not coming through that heavily, right? And the texture of the ice cream is a bit icy. I wouldn't say it's the best, but I wouldn't say it's the worst. Because we are seeing actual blueberry, bits. They're clearly blending up and putting real blueberries in here. And the color is spot on too, the natural blueberry pigment. But the flavor and the texture are just off a little bit. Yeah, I'm fairly certain it's soy milk now, and it is overpowering any blueberry flavor that might exist. It might have been better to do a sorbet in this case, because the blueberry is getting drowned out by the base of milk, or the non-dairy milk. All right, let's try the two flavors together now, see what happens. It has a beautiful color spread, mind you, like this. These are two great natural colors that I'm seeing, I'm liking, but color is not always bleed into taste. Yeah, the mango is just overpowering, right? I'm not tasting much else other than the mango peach flavor. The blueberry flavor is kind of a nothing burger. It doesn't have much actual, blueberry flavoring to it. I would almost prefer it if they added a bit of extra artificial blueberry flavoring just to boost up those natural notes. Because right now I'm not getting really any blueberry. And for a flavor that is named blueberry, I would expect a bit more. So I gotta say, I'm a bit disappointed. Not only because the flavors aren't as powerful as I would hope or want, but because they have the capacity to make homemade ice cream, and yet they still serve the majority of their flavors through another vendor. If you're making some ice cream in-house, why not add a couple more to the mix? Why not make them a bit more ingenuitive and creative and interesting, right? I love when homemade ice cream shops focus on their own product. It's okay to have a couple fill-ins, right? If you don't make your standard vanilla or chocolate, sure, buy it from another manufacturer. But when the vast majority of your product offerings are from another manufacturer, it's kind of losing that mom and pop feel. Because, this ice cream shop is called Mom and Pop's. I would assume or expect it to have that sort of homey, patronly aesthetic and vibe. And this isn't really giving it, especially with the ice cream being majority not built in-house. Now, to give them the benefit of the doubt, it's possible that the other flavors were delicious, right? The lime looked pretty good, and there were a couple of other fruit-based flavors that could have been good. But I'm judging based on the flavors I got, based on the vibes of the day. And I don't have that much faith now that the other homemade flavors are going to be much better. Which is unfortunate because in concept, this would be great. But in practice, it doesn't always work. And so that brings me to my closing thoughts. If you're looking for a welcoming, friendly space that is very environmentally friendly and focuses on everyone feeling welcome, Mom and Pop's in Mankato is going to be a good option for you. But it's going to be serving your standard ice cream made in Wisconsin, mass distributed throughout the area. It's not going to be that special. And if you do get the homemade flavors, they're not going to be the absolute best. This small cup was $4, and I would say it's a good amount of ice cream. It feels more like a gelato experience than a ice cream shop experience. But I do still appreciate the fact they are trying to make homemade flavors, and that they are providing this good, safe space for everyone to exist in. So will I come back to Mankato? Probably not. And will I come back to Mom and Pop's? Also probably not. But I appreciate that it exists, and I appreciate the fact that everything around here is as cool as it is. If you like this video and want to see more like it, consider subscribing, or go to findfiltermarketing.com for more on the journey. Thank you.